Hello, 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 howdy. How is everybody doing? I hope everyone's well. Hmm. Alright, Suicune, let's get you over with whenever I run into you. Dun, dun. He's so angry with them teeth.
Wow. Awesome. I'll take it. I wish I caught you yesterday, but I will take it. Said to be the reincarnation of north winds, it can instantly purify filthy or murky water. Filthy, murky water. I will take that. Alright, every legendary is caught. I mean, technically all I need now is the last mythical Celebi, the event legendary. I only say mythical here and there, I just don't like it. Yay, they're finally caught. Okay. Quillfish, Dunsparce, Yama, Snubble, Remoraid, and Marrow. Alright. I have those. So I basically just need to evolve. And once I get the exclusives, then I'll have pretty much everything I need. I think at this point, I don't know if I need anything else from Red Blue anymore. I mean, I need an extra metal coat, and potentially I can get one off a Pokemon, certain Pokemon that hold it if I catch them. I need an extra King's Rock. A lot of which I can get in my Silver. I was wrong when I stopped playing Silver. I'm actually at Mahogany. When yesterday I said I was only 3 badges in. No, I'm 6 badges in. I'm going to Team Rocket's Underground, so, or hideout in Mahogany Town. So yeah, we eventually should be coming up. We're coming across the last couple exclusives, so we'll be having them soon. From Meowth, Skarmory, Banfy, and such. Chocolate Chip, I'm doing good. How are you? Do I have Pokemon Silver? Yes, I do. On this, I have all 6 games from Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal on both DSs. So I have every game. GBA, or Game Boy game. I also own the card game. But yeah, Silver is where I've been getting all my extra stuff from. That and my other blue or red versions. Because if I have to trade Pokemon that are on any of the games from here, I'll trade them over to one of my other games, and preferably either if I have to trade from Red to Gen 2, I'll trade it to Silver, and then do whatever I need to do with it, breed or whatever, traded that over from Silver to this 3DS's Gold. Or if I need to trade from this Red to my blue to do something, or if vice versa, trade blue to red to complete red like I did, which is how I did. And then there's Pokemon that I need to trade from red, blue to complete Gen 2, because there's Pokemon that don't exist and appear in these games. A lot of which I don't want to take from my completed red that I just beat, because I want to have every Pokemon game with all the Pokemon in it. So I basically had to take Pokemon from other near-beaten files of these games. Like the last Pokemon I needed was a fossil Pokemon, and I didn't have it on any other game, so I just took it from my completed red, bred it, and then hatched it, and then traded that over. So you have Crystal then? Yes, I do. Again, I own them on two DSs, so I own them twice. And I own the physical copies of all these games as well. I'm generally only playing through the games that I generally played through first as they came out. So I'm generally not playing the third version. I may play a third version later to do some hunting, shiny hunting, if people want to see that. I don't know if people do. I don't really have a active, talkative fan base, but it's just like, I don't mind shiny hunting. Pokemon Platinum is nearly completed, so I have everything that I need for it, and easy ways to make money. You want to co-op Crystal, like we can play it? Sure. I don't know how what we would do if you can't stream it, though. I mean, you can easily emulate Crystal. If nothing else. Game Boy games are so easily emulated. I wouldn't mind a co-op if you could stream it. That'd be cool. I don't know when we do that though. It's not like emulators are hard to get. But what? I mean, I don't know when we do that though. I generally don't have a reason to play Crystal, but I would love to do that. Well, if you have a computer, you should just look up PokeMMO. It's an actual Pokemon MMO that we could play together. It's a fan-made thing based off other games with an MMO base, kinda. It uses Pokemon as a base, but then kinda makes it online-ish, where you could see other players. Yeah, it's Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and I think Black and White is introduced into it. The last time I checked it, but it depends on what ROMs you download. So we could play Gen 1 remake together, Gen 2's remake together, and I think even Black and White, which is Gen 5. PokeMMO. It's just me and you can actually see each other. We can interact, we can follow each other around, we can watch other battles, we can battle, we could trade, we can, yeah, like I said, if you're battling a gym leader or another NPC, I could watch that. It's free, it's easy, it's cheap, excuse me. And all you gotta do is download the ROMs, which are very easy to do, very, very quick. Yeah. And then you go into the folder of PokeMMO and place the ROMs for the games that you have into them. So if you're playing Heart Gold, you would download Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and you would place the ROMs in that specific slot. It's really cool. I would have to get it again and set it up myself. But that's a way for us to actually play Pokemon together, if you have a laptop to do so. If not, then we can always figure something out. But like I said, like, me, you, and Irving, and Tom, and whoever else could potentially all play this. Your idea is still out there, though. But that's another one. I'll see if Minecraft will. It should. It literally is just playing Pokemon with a way that allows you to see other people. It's not a actual separate big thing, so it shouldn't. It's no different than downloading an emulator. And again, even if you can't get that running, a Game Boy emulator would just be easier. I'm not gonna make you do that, but well, the remakes of Gen 2, no. the Poke MMO will be the remakes of Gen 1 and 2. It's going to be updated heavily. They don't have the original Gen 1 and Gen 2 games. It'll look a lot better. It'll be still pixelated sprite and artwork. And Heart Gold tries to somewhat go semi-3D, but it still looks amazing. It doesn't quite go full black and white where everything was more animated and three-dimensional, and it just butchered it. Not that black and white's bad, it's just its graphics and everything going on just made it look worse. But I think you would like it. I mean, generally Heart Gold is also Crystal. It's generally an updated version of Crystal. There's stuff to do that Crystal has that's in Heart Gold that isn't in the original Gold and Silver. Like, for instance, Suicune being more of a static encounter instead of a running encounter. The thing about the 3DS, or the DS version remake of Gold and Silver is it has not only 493 Pokemon, but it enhanced graphics. There's, like, rebattles with a lot of gym leaders that you couldn't do before. Pretty much everything else is the same as Crystal or Gold and Silver were. Like, because they take bits from each. And then... So generally, Heart Gold is the perfect version if you want to play Crystal. Heart Gold. So Silver is one of the more better versions because it's just an upgraded version of Gold, Silver, and Crystal all in one. They have all the legendaries in it again from Gen 1 that they didn't have in Gen 2. So you get all like Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, Mewtwo. They added all them in just so people of the next generation can get them without having to play old games that don't connect to the modern ones, you know? At least at that time, Pokebank wasn't a thing. But I think that would be fun. Poke MMO, Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Time for the long grind to complete whatever the fuck I can of the Pokedex. Hug me! But no, that'd be awesome though. I haven't played Crystal in so long. The first game to introduce the female character.
Slow. Slow, 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 slow. So slow. So slow. So slow, bro. That to be or not to be? Thy whip. I'll show you a real hit. Bye. Give me my health back. Bang! Crobit. Crobit. Which Pokemon should I take? Chikorita, Totodile, or Cyndaquil? I mean, personally, which do you prefer? Fire, water, or grass? Chikorita, I'm gonna let you know outright, is awful. And we'll have a hard time during the first gym unless you over level. The first gym, I'm letting you know outright, is flying. Which will be a no-no. Which will be a no-no for Chikorita. Otherwise, I usually go for Totodile or Cyndaquil. Personally, my favorite out of the three is actually Typhlosion, Cyndaquil's third evolution. But Totodile was actually the starter I first chose, and I love water types. So I chose, and will always take Feraligatr and Typhlosion as my mains. I've always liked fire. Totodile. Oh, Feraligatr is amazing. Totodile's third stage. He's a heavy-hitting physical hitter, though. So, I mean, while yes, it's good for him to learn water moves, he will benefit more from physical hits rather than special. And a good idea to know which moves are special and physical, if you think about it as in a Pokemon hitting a Pokemon with a elemental move where it's not coming from them specifically, like their mouth, where like they're biting them, or for instance, like if they're shooting bubbles at someone, that's not a physical hit. If they're literally punching you or biting you, that's a physical hit. That's the best way I can think about it. But yeah, Cyndaquil. Typhlosion's also an amazing combatant, but he's a special attacker, so a lot of your fire moves will be very good. They're both great in combat, and both can learn a variety of coverage moves. Like my Feraligatr has a ground move called Earthquake, which can be very good against, say, like electric types. Plus, that gives you your free Pokemon that learns, like, your HMs. There's moves that you need to get around, such as Cut, Surf, Fly, and Whirlpool, and Waterfall, and the one advantage is Totodile can learn Surf, Whirlpool, and stuff like that. He can't learn Waterfall, though. But Cyndaquil, I know, can learn, I think Typhlosion can learn Cut. But that also depends on what the rest of your Pokemon team is. Either way, Cyndaquil is a banger, and so is Totodile. You won't go wrong with either two. Chikorita just is the only one that has a hard time in the first gym. And the first gym is not hard unless you really don't level. And besides, you can also get a free easy grass type in the wild somewhere nearby before the first gym anyway. You can get a Bellsprout very early on also, covering a grass type for you. Fire and water are going to be a bit rarer to find, at least good ones, that early on. That's another thing to note about Chikorita, is that you could find a grass type pretty early. While Victreebel may not always be the best, it's decent. I like it better than Venusaur and Meganium and all them. But yeah, that can cover any grass if you need it. Oh, I'm glad you're getting into Pokemon. I hope you enjoy playing it again. It is fun if you enjoy RPGs, but it can be hard to go back to. At least Gen 2 is much more updated and better than Gen 1 by a long mile. As much as I enjoy Gen 1, it is hard to play sometimes. How do I bring up the map? You would go to your menu. It would go into your Pokegear, but you don't have your map card yet. The moment you start and get your Pokegear, and you'll eventually grab your Pokemon, and once you head out of the first town and into the next route, into the next town over, called Cherry Grove, there's an old man that'll give you a tour. So I'm assuming you probably just got out of your house and are in the professor's lab or something. Because right now you don't have the map. Because are you in the next town yet, or are you still in the route after your starter? I just got out of a it took some cool. Nice. Alright. Head to your left and you'll be out on a route. Just keep following the route out. You can't do any capturing, but you can battle. And then it's a very quick route and you'll be in the next town. Once you get to the next town, there's an old man. He'll if you talk to him, he'll give you a tour of the town, and he'll eventually give you a map card. Then you would press start, go to your menu, and go to Pokegear. Is there anything in this first town I should know about? Well, the map card. Generally there isn't much in the first town, but I recommend just talking to everyone, going into every location, every building you can, and talk to everybody. That is what I recommend. Even if it's useless, you may get some items out of somebody, or someone may mention something. But generally, the map card is really the only important thing. There's a Pokemon Center nearby. And then you'll want to head up. Then there's a route upward. That first town is really just there for a Pokemon Center and gives you a map card. It's really kind of a useless town that you do nothing with otherwise. For the rest of the game, that town serves no purpose. To be honest with you. I didn't know if there was a map card in your house. Because there is a... In the next city that you were in, the old man that's outside, I think he's by the river, or the water. Off to the left side of the map. Talk to him a bunch and he'll walk you around. If you could find a map upstairs in your house, neat. I don't remember that. But either way, press start and go to Pokegear, and then you'll see a bunch of icons, and then select the icon that looks like a map. It's not the most helpful thing. It may give you an idea of what route and location names you are. And once you actually obtain Fly, then you can kind of like use your map and like aim your Pokemon to go to what town that you previously visited. And then that your map's not really going to be like helpful in terms of like where do I go. You'll just see where it connects to another town. Pokemon games aren't exactly open. I mean, you can make them more open by going and doing things out of order, but it's all kind of linear pathing. So if you talk to everybody and just follow every open route you find, you'll eventually find things. But if you need a guide at all... Ooh, I came across a sentry. Nice. Nice. If you need a guide at all, this is what I used to help me with item locations and Pokemon locations. So for every route, it'll tell you what Pokemon are there and what rarity and how rare they are, and what times, because it's there's a morning, day, and night cycle. So you have 3 separate times of the day that Pokemon appear in. And that's all that time really does. That and certain NPCs will either appear or talk to you in battle or whatever on certain days, because there are time events. If you're playing physical copy and your battery's dead, then, well, you shouldn't be able to save them. I don't know what I'm going on about them. Just ignore that. If you're ever in a collective mood or a Pokemon mood, there's actual backlit Game Boys you can buy. I have a custom Mewtwo purple Game Boy Color with a backlight, which is really nice. If I ever decide to go old school, no more warm lights for me. I would use an SP, but the game sticks out. That's more annoying. But that's also a major reason why I don't play physical copy anymore. The amount of times I've corrupted my game file because it sticks out of the Game Boy. My hand. My cramp. Macaulay Mac. Mac and cheese. All right. I found the old man. Nice. 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 Yeah, I think playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver on PokeMMO would be amazing. Giving you the tour. Alright, get you that map card. But yeah, that guide should be very helpful for you. Oh no, he can hit me, I'm a ghost. No, fuck. Would you put him to sleep, Grangrar? Grangar. Granga. fuck? However, the map is very essential if you go after the legendary beast Pokemon that roam. Like, this is the sea, as you can see. Yeah, Pokemon's very, tries to be funny. It also can get very dark. Pokemon goes from, like, cutesy, adorable, to try to be funny, to dark sometimes, depends. And by dark, I mean literal people dying. Like, Darkrai, a dark Pokemon, literally murdered a young girl in her sleep. Other Pokedex entries mention shit of Pokemon sinking ships and other things. It's just like, damn. Pokemarts. Look for buildings that are similar to Pokemon centers, but instead of the word Poke Center written on them, it'll say Mart. You have to wait. You have to go further, because right now, you can't capture anything, so you have to go from the town where you got the map, go further up. There's a dude's house that you're looking for. The professor mentioned that you're looking for a guy named Mr. Pokemon. Up the next route from the town you were just in, if you go up, there's a building at the very, very far top. I think it's like on the right side somewhere. You'll meet Professor Oak there, and you'll talk to Professor or Mr. Pokemon, some dude. And then after that, you're gonna head back down all the way back to Professor Elm back in New Barktown. If you remember that there was a dude with red hair staring in the window, there's gonna be an instant, but yeah. An instance with him, your rival. So you gotta do a bit of stuff before you can get Pokeballs. Irving, hey. Good. How are you? Mm-hmm.
It scared me because fucking I have the settings right disable it where it goes to